Welcome to our Tai Chi for Narcolepsy webinar. We are delighted to have Stanwood Chang and Paige Arnof-Fenn. Stan has over 15 years of experience teaching Tai Chi and has taught numerous clinical studies with Harvard Medical School on the effects of this practice in different diseases. Paige is a devoted practitioner of Tai Chi who will share some insight. Welcome, Stan and Paige.
It's great to be here today. I learned about Tai Chi about 18 years ago. I was experiencing some neurological problems and was having trouble with my balance and coordination. I saw a neurologist, but I was also exploring Eastern modalities, acupuncture, acupressure, massage, rolfing, cupping, and one of my alternative practitioners asked me if I had ever explored Tai Chi. And I said to her, I was aware of it, but I had never tried it. When I traveled in China, when I lived in San Francisco, I would see older people in the parks in the morning, and it was lovely to watch, but I really didn't know anything about it. And she let me know that one of the best Tai Chi studios she'd ever experienced was about a mile from my home in Somerville, Massachusetts. So I obviously immediately went online and reached out and said, I hear this is really cool. I don't know anything about it. Can I come try it? And the gentleman who owns the studio said, please pick a class and join us, see what you think. So I started with that first exploratory class and really loved it from the get-go and started coming to class once a week. And it was such a great group of people, such a wonderful community. And the one class a week turned into 2 classes a week, which turned into 3 classes a week. And it really resonated with me. And I just felt great. I felt better every time I left. And when the pandemic hit and all the Tai Chi studios, like the gyms, like the restaurants, everything shut down, the Tai Chi group started meeting on Zoom. And I found other groups that were meeting on Zoom as well. So my 3-time-a-week practice in a studio during the pandemic turned into 7 days a week religiously. I found all these groups that were now meeting on Zoom. And it was just such an amazing experience. And the people that were coming to Tai Chi, some of them were part of the clinical trials Amy mentioned, maybe for bone density, for various issues they were having. They were diabetic, they had Parkinson's disease, they were postmenopausal women, and the clinical trials went really well. They enjoyed being part of it and starting the practice. And when the trial ended, they stuck around too. So people come into Tai Chi for a whole host of reasons. And, when their classes end, they just sign up to keep coming back. And that's what I've done too. So I've had the pleasure of getting to know Stan. He's been my teacher and my friend, and it is my honor and pleasure today to introduce you to Stan Chang, who's just an amazing Tai Chi practitioner, and I know you're going to enjoy his talk today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Paige, for that lovely, lovely introduction, and Amy as well. Thank you for coming, everyone. It is great to see you, and I really appreciate you being here. And I look forward to telling you and sharing with you a little bit about Tai Chi and how it may help you. Welcome to my slides here with a little bit of info. So I just want to get into why are we all here today, right? We're here to see if Tai Chi is something that can help you regulate your sleep. And as I was, preparing these slides and thinking of this, I honed in and focused in on the word regulate. I think that's the key word. Okay? So Tai Chi is a practice, I think, that can help regulate all of your body's systems and functions, including your sort of energy cycles and sleep cycles and biorhythms. Right? And let's just backtrack for a moment. For those of you who may not be familiar with exactly what Tai Chi is, okay? Tai Chi is, in fact, a Chinese martial art. Some people don't know that. It came into formation roughly 400 or 500 years ago, and its popularity in the Western Hemisphere and in the U.S. took a big leap in the mid-1960s. If you've ever seen Tai Chi, maybe you've seen it on YouTube or seen someone do it in the park in the early morning. It's usually, you see it with these soft, slow, flowing, meditative movements, right? So it's sort of like a mind-body healing practice, maybe a little similar to yoga, sort of in that same general category. And Tai Chi is sometimes called moving meditation or meditation in motion. So what makes Tai Chi so effective for health and well-being, and perhaps sleep in particular? Well, it can relax and reduce stress on all phases and aspects of the human condition, physically, mentally, emotionally, maybe even spiritually. And it has an effect, it has a very systemic effect on all of your body's systems: cardiovascular, your nervous system, musculoskeletal system, neurological, immune system, endocrine system, digestive. It can have an effect on all of these things. But it doesn't do so in the sort of a piecemeal way, right? It does it in a very holistic, comprehensive, integrative way. Right? And that makes all the therapeutic benefits greater than the sum of its individual effects. And this little graphic you see on the left here is from my teacher's book, The Harvard Medical School Guide to Tai Chi. And this is sort of the heart of his book. Right? It's called The 8 Active Ingredients. And I'm not going to read them all to you, but it's sort of just, it's sort of what he sort of deconstructed as sort of the essential ingredients or the essential effects that Tai Chi has on all of these aspects of your being. So Tai Chi has also sort of east meets west here, right, with medical research studies. And this is a partial list, it's not even a full list, of all the medical research studies that have involved Tai Chi and examining their benefits for all of these conditions or illnesses. And you can see it's quite a wide spectrum of things that Tai Chi may help with. So let's kind of drill down a little bit. Tai Chi and sleep research. Now, there have not been any medical studies yet on the effects of Tai Chi and narcolepsy specifically, but there have been a number of studies on Tai Chi and insomnia and Tai Chi and sleep quality in general. Okay? So here's some examples of some studies that have delved into Tai Chi and sleep. So this is a 2017 study that compared Tai Chi versus CBTI for breast cancer survivors with insomnia. And this is just a little graph that I isolated and took out from that study. Overall, the conclusion was that Tai Chi was statistically non-inferior, which means it's just as good as CBTI, okay, for insomnia. And this is the Pittsburgh Sleep Quality Index, which is a sort of a self-assessment that test subjects fill out at intervals during the study. And this graph basically shows a reduction in their insomnia and sleeplessness. Okay? And the graph basically shows that Tai Chi, statistically speaking, Tai Chi is just as good as CBTI. Here's another study, 2021, compared Tai Chi group versus a conventional exercise group versus a control group, And this is in older adults with insomnia. And they wore sensors, like Fitbits and that kind of thing, like I have here, to measure their sleep and their heart rate and all that kind of stuff. So here are some of the highlights from that study. Okay? When it came to sleep onset latency, which is how quickly you fall asleep, Tai Chi group and the exercise group were both about the same. They both were able to fall asleep faster than the control group. Once people fell asleep, the Tai Chi group had less wake time throughout their sleep versus the exercise group or the control group. And then in terms of total sleep time, the Tai Chi group also performed the best, better than the exercise group and the control group. One last study to share with you. This is a paper that is called a review and meta-analysis. So it's a paper that summarizes and reviews and compares other studies. And this study looked at 9 studies with Tai Chi and sleep. All of these 9 studies used, again, the Pittsburgh Sleep Quality Index. So this review compared the results of the Pittsburgh Sleep Quality Index among these 9 studies. And basically what this little table is showing, that 8 out of the 9 studies, the test subjects reflected better sleep through their Pittsburgh Sleep Quality Index survey versus the control group. So to kind of dive a little bit more into Tai Chi itself now, right? So the philosophical basis for Tai Chi is closely tied to the Chinese philosophy of Taoism, which basically sort of, to sum up in a nutshell, promotes living in harmony with nature and the universe, and ultimately having harmony and balance with yourself. And some of you may recognize this symbol here, the yin-yang symbol, right? Hopefully it's not unfamiliar to you. You may have probably seen it in pop culture and whatnot. And this symbol represents balance and harmony through all the opposing forces and characteristics of the universe. Light and dark, night and day, up and down, expansion and contraction. Anything that you can sort of think of, there's an opposite force or characteristic in the universe. And the idea is they balance each other out. Not unlike wake time and sleep time. Right? Medical basis for Tai Chi is not the sort of a Western medicine that we know. Right? Tai Chi is rooted in traditional Chinese medicine, or TCM as it's called for short. So practices in TCM include herbal medicine, acupuncture, which hopefully everyone is familiar with, massage, and exercise, like Tai Chi. And TCM is the sort of general idea behind TCM is that the body has this collection of systems that are not totally based on anatomy, but that all these systems are still in harmony with each other in your body and with the outside world. And the central theme that runs through TCM and all of these systems, or what I call a base operating system, like Microsoft Windows or Apple OS, that base operating system is this idea of Qi. Let's try a little bit of these Tai Chi movements now. Right? Now, I've divided these movements into energizing and relaxing, as you see on this slide. But I think it's important for me to point out to you, like I mentioned before, I'm going to sort of characterize and narrate these movements as more energetic or more relaxing, but they may not necessarily have that effect on you. It depends on you, the individual. As the teacher, I could also switch the narrative. I could easily take these energizing movements and portray them as more relaxing, or take the relaxing movements and portray them as more energizing. It also depends on me, the teacher, the language I use, and the energy, the type of energy that I bring to it. Okay? So let's go ahead and try some of that now. So we're going to start with your feet comfortably shoulder width apart, and your knees and your hips just slightly bent and not locked. Okay? Now, if you need to, for balance or safety or reassurance, you can have your chair nearby. You can hang on to the back of the chair if you need to. All right? And we will be sitting down for a couple of these as well. So, standing comfortably, okay? And we're going to energize first, okay? And then we'll relax. So what we're going to do from here is we're going to do what we call swinging. Okay? So swinging is we're shifting and turning weight to one side and then shifting and turning weight to the other side. And you notice your arms just kind of start swinging all by themselves. And we're going to do a little more with the arms and hands. We're going to let your hand now just sort of flop up onto your upper chest, just below the collarbones. Okay? So this is swinging with drumming. And just be sure to keep your arms and hands nice and loose and relaxed. Your hands are bouncing off, okay? If your arms and hands are relaxed enough, your hands are just bouncing off and vibrating like a drum. Try not to deliberately place and stick your hand, okay? Just let it flop and bounce off your chest. And so what we're doing here is adding vibration and energy to your system, okay? Kind of vibrating the whole body. Vibration is energy. And you can maybe think of all 1 trillion of your cells vibrating, humming, buzzing, coming alive with energy. And we're going to change the target here down to the sides of your lower ribs. And your knees and hips are still a little bit bent. And you're shifting and turning your way smoothly, like flowing water. Okay, moving the hands down slightly lower again to the sides of your waist, abdomen. So we're going to be drumming and patting all over the body here. This also, aside from adding energy, this is also basically kind of waking up your skin, waking up your brain, waking up your nerve endings, right? Getting all this sensation and feeling. And moving now to the center of the chest, sternum. Moving down your center line to the solar plexus, right above your belly button. And down to the belly button itself. Kind of vibrating in all your internal organs here, your abdominal organs, vibrating deep in your guts. And now lower abdomen, just below the belly button. Okay, and just gently let that fade out back to the center and just come to rest. Okay, so let's have a seat here, and we're going to continue our drumming, right? So we've sort of drummed on the torso now and added some energy to the torso, and we don't want to leave anything out. So we're going to finish this off with drumming the legs, arms, and the head. Okay? So if you can scoot your butt forward on your chair just a little bit, and with loose, soft, relaxed fists, we're going to drum and pat down the outsides of your legs and up the insides of your legs. Okay, down the outsides of the legs to the ankles, if it's comfortable bending forward that far, and drumming up the inside of the ankles through the inner thighs. So you remember I talked about this idea of qi, this energy, right? And Chinese medicine says that the body has these qi meridians, these channels, these vessels. And so what we're doing is following these qi meridians. You have some on the outsides of your legs, and you have some on the insides of your legs. One more time around. Okay, let's take care of the arms. So starting from your sternum, the center of your heart, center of your chest, we're going to drum down the inside of one arm towards the palm, and then go from the back of the hand back up the outside of the arm. And down the inside, up the outside, encouraging qi and energy to flow through these meridians. And just like the legs, you have some on the inside of the arms, and you have some on the outside of the arms. One more time around on this arm. Okay, switch. And down the inside, up the outside. And let's do one more time around. Good. Now, with your fingertips, you're going to tap lightly, basically all over your hair, right? Top, sides, and back of the head. And we're stimulating your scalp, but you can also imagine that you're lighting up your brain, lighting up all the regions of your brain, stimulating the head. And now we're going to extend that a little bit to the face. You can tap around the forehead. You can tap out onto the earlobes, which I'm not going to do because I have my earbuds in. If you want to tap around your eyes, you can reduce it to one fingertip around the eyes and bridge of the nose. But otherwise, all fingers on the cheeks, lips, chin, jaw. Okay, good. So hopefully even after that much, you feel a little bit more awake here. Okay, we're going to come back to standing. Okay. So you're going to put your right foot forward. I'm going to put my right foot forward as well. I'm not going to mirror you. So your right foot is pointed straight forward at 12 o'clock. Your left foot in the back is turned off at a slight angle that's comfortable for you. Maybe it's about 30 degrees, 45 degrees. And your weight is about 60% forward onto your right leg. And you've got both palms up here in front of your chest. And this movement is, not a very glamorous name. It's called push. I mean, this is the Tai Chi push. Don't forget, Tai Chi is a martial art. Right? So this is literally you're pushing somebody or striking somebody with both hands. But we don't need to worry about that right now. Right? So here's how the movement goes. It's a fairly simple 2 count. Okay? On the 1 count, you start shifting back and drop your palms. Relax your arms down. At the bottom, you turn your palms up, scoop up the front of your body, back to chest height. And then on the 2 count, you shift forward and turn your hands forward at the same time. Okay, 1, shift back, scoop down and up. 2, shift forward and push out. Okay. And the idea here again is we're staying relaxed. Okay. Don't get too invested in the word push and start tensing your hands and your shoulders. You don't need to reach really far and get too gung-ho about it. Okay? Just staying a little bit more medium here. Not doing too much. Staying relaxed. Okay? But think of it, this is like this is morning, right? This is starting your day. This is putting yourself out into the world now, right? We're going out into the world today. Right? You're going off to work or meeting family or friends or whatever it is, going for a walk in the park. Right? But it's time to get out and start your day, and we're just kind of putting our energy out there. And by the way, Tai Chi is characteristically, typically done in this slow, flowing, moving fashion. But if we were really getting more traditional and hardcore about it, it is a martial art. So you can also practice Tai Chi in a much faster and forceful way. If you wanted to add a little bit of energy to it, we could go a little faster. Adding a little bit of vigor, a little bit of gung-ho, a little bit of enthusiasm here. Right? Putting yourself out there, putting your energy out there. And let's bring your feet back to shoulder width here. Okay? So the last one of this sort of energizing group of exercises is gathering chi from the earth. Okay? So your palms up, and you're gonna cross your wrists at the bottom like you're scooping 2 little handfuls of water. Cross the wrist and come up. And as they float up, you start rotating the hands out, and the palms float down the sides. Okay? And we're going to do this slightly faster as well, just a little bit of, not too slow. Okay? And again, similar to the Tai Chi push, this is like going up, this is like morning sun, morning sky, okay? Putting yourself out into the world. It's time to wake up. Not too dissimilar to like a good morning kind of stretch, right? Awakening, expanding, opening. Time to go out. Time to put yourself out there, put your energy out there, out into the world. Kind of transitioning from the cooler earth into the brighter, warmer sky and sun here. 2 more. And let that come to rest. And again, you characterize those exercises as energizing, and you may find exercises like that to be better done in the morning. So let's transition now to a group of more relaxing exercises. And maybe this would be the kind of thing that you would do in the evening or at nighttime before bed to help you relax. So we're going to do the swinging again, except this time we're not going to be flopping the hand up and drumming. This time your arms and hands are just going to stay hanging, relaxed, dangling, and you're just pouring. You're pouring your weight smoothly, flowing like water left and right. If it's comfortable, you can let the other heel come off the floor a little bit. And the idea here is that you're just kind of surrendering to gravity. It's like gravity is acting on your body right now like a pendulum. And you don't have to do anything. You just surrender to gravity, surrender to the pendulum, and you can just completely relax and coast. Flowing, pouring, letting go, relaxing. Or maybe you could view this a little bit like, kind of rocking yourself to sleep a little bit. Right, just using this gentle motion, this kind of soothing, rhythmic, gentle motion to help you sleep at night when you need it most. And basically, you're taking turns resting on each foot. We're not pushing off. We're not actively doing this. More of a passive feeling. Just letting go a little bit. And gently let that fade away back to the center. Okay, let's have a seat again. In addition to drumming the body, or maybe in contrast to drumming the body, what else you can do is massage the body, right? So we're just going to sort of soothe and massage your body a little bit, kind of soothe and sort of help your brain come down a little bit. Not unlike, when you're patting a baby in the back or rocking a baby to sleep. So let's start where you're going to take your second and third fingers, the V between your second and third fingers, and you're just going to catch your earlobe in that V and give a little tug and massage upwards. Now, I'm kind of faking it a little bit here because I have my earbuds in, but you're just gently catching your earlobes in that V and giving your earlobes a little tug and a little massage through the V of those two fingers. Breathing comfortably, smoothly, in and out through your nose. And now let's take your both hands, your both palms, and we're just going to massage downward strokes only down your face. Just relaxing your face. Feeling your eyes relax. Feeling the way your cheek muscles and facial muscles and jaw muscles go a little slack. And just taking all that, any residual tension out of your face. Okay, and now sort of doing the same thing, dragging your palms back over your hair, head, neck, and shoulders. If the tapping we did before was to sort of wake up your brain and light up all the regions of your brain, then maybe this is sort of the opposite of that. Like soothing, calming, relaxing your head, neck, and brain. Couple more. Good. Okay. Couple more spots to massage here with either hand, doesn't matter which. We'll use one hand each. Okay. Just massage a little circle over your sternum and your heart here. In Chinese medicine, traditional Chinese medicine, this is one of the major energy centers here. And you can just sort of think of this as maybe just kind of soothing your heart, soothing your emotions, just letting them go, letting them rest. Okay, with the other hand, we circle the other way. Comforting, right? Sort of comforting here, comforting yourself, being kind to yourself. Good. All right, let's come back to standing one more time. Okay, a couple more things and we'll be done. So, another Tai Chi movement. Your feet are comfortably shoulder width apart again, knees and hips slightly bent. You feel like you're sitting your tailbone down just a tiny bit. Okay. And this movement is called wave hands like clouds. Now, you can just kind of follow me and mimic me. It's okay if you don't get the coordination exactly right. We don't have a lot of time to deconstruct it, but it's just the general feeling and the general idea of it. And so both hands, like both of your hands are just smoothly painting an oval on the canvas in front of you. Each hand, as it comes across the top, you're painting with the backs of the fingers. Each hand goes across the bottom, and you're painting with the fingertips. And we're slightly shifting and turning left and right. Keep your elbows down. Don't let your elbows hike up. Shoulders relaxed. Both your feet stay flat on the floor. Heels stay on the floor. Wave hands like clouds. And these are dreamy clouds, right? These are clouds that are being moonlit here. in the evening and night. Okay, and let that rest. One last exercise. Remember, for energizing, we did gathering chi from the earth, going up and out into the day, putting yourself out there. This is going to be just the opposite. So your palms float up the sides, gathering over the top. And now it's time to wind down. It's time to soothe and settle. It's time to withdraw into your home, into your bedroom, into your bed. Kind of taking any busy thoughts, busy emotions, and just letting them go down into your feet. One more, as slow as you'd like. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little taste of Tai Chi, and hopefully you got sort of a sense of it, a taste of it, right? And how it feels, and how it may be another tool that you can add to your toolbox to help you in your day and your night and your energy and your sleep. And I just want to sort of I like saying this to my students, that Tai Chi is not just simply a class you go to once a week or something, right? Or an exercise or a hobby. It's just a complete way of being. It's a mindset, right? And it's a way of, it's holistic, and it affects everything about you in a good way. I mean, body, mind, breath, heart, spirit, whatever kind of words here you want to use to describe yourself and your human being, your human condition. So once again, I want to thank you so much for coming. I really, really appreciate it. And I wish you all the best of luck in your health and well-being and sleep. And hopefully this has opened your eyes a little bit to how Tai Chi may be able to help you.